Hello everybody and welcome to this. It's the first video in a brand new series on William Shakespeare's The Tempest. Everything that I go through in this video series comes from Mr. Bruff's Guide to The Tempest, an ebook study guide available for £3.99 at mrbruff.com and amazon.co.uk. Now I co-wrote this guide with Kerry Lewis, and basically what you get is the complete original play, a line-by-line translation into modern English, and detailed analysis of language, structure, form, themes, context, all of it. So let's jump right in. The Tempest is the last documented play that Shakespeare wrote before he died at the age of 52 in 1616, supposedly on his birthday, April the 23rd. He had lived and worked under the reign of two monarchs, Queen Elizabeth I, who ruled 1558 to 1603, and James I, 1603 to 1625. Now, King James bestowed Shakespeare's company with the title The King's Men, which was a huge honour and provides evidence of his reputation as an outstanding playwright. Now, it's believed that The Tempest was written around 1610 and first performed in November 1611 at King James's court. It's almost certain that later performances were at the Globe Theatre and the Blackfriars Theatre in London. The Tempest is unusual because, unlike most of Shakespeare's plays, the plot is totally original. Real-life events may have inspired the play. Shakespeare probably read the documents, pamphlets, and essays about the English colonization of America, which started in 1607 with the territories of New England and Virginia. One such document, published in 1610, was a report about a 1609 tempest, a storm, off Bermuda, a group of islands off the east coast of North America. The storm separated a fleet of ships which were sailing from Plymouth, which is where I'm from, to Virginia. One of the ships, the Sea Venture, was destroyed, but its crew survived the shipwreck and lived on an island for a few months until they built two new ships and sailed away. Now, another influence might have been an essay entitled On Cannibals by Michel de Montaigne, translated from French to English in 1603. This essay asserts that it goes against nature to teach savage societies European ways because they could be regarded as superior to sophisticated European civilizations. He established the idea of the noble savage, who did not lust for power or show ambition and greed, and Shakespeare's response to this might be seen in the character of Caliban, which is of course an anagram of cannibal minus an N. The character of Prospero is believed to have been inspired by Dr. John Dee, 1527 to either 1608 or 1609, depending on where you look. He was a scientist, mathematician, astronomer, and astrologer. Mary Tudor accused him of witchcraft and imprisoned him, but Queen Elizabeth I released him when she ascended the throne, after which he became one of her advisors, and she protected him from further accusations. A renowned scholar, his library was one of the largest in England. His studies included the occult, casting horoscopes and attempting to talk to spirits and angels. And there are clear comparisons to be drawn between the scholar, Dr. Dee, and Prospero, who was more interested in studying magic than running his dukedom, another interpretation of Prospero's character provided at the end of Act 5. The Tempest is the last recorded play that Shakespeare wrote before he died. Most of his earlier plays are comedies, light-hearted plays with happy endings and marriages, tragedies, stressful situations ending in death, and histories, plays based on actual historical characters and events. Shakespeare's late plays are classified as romances, which begin with a tragedy, for example The Storm in The Tempest, and end happily, sometimes called tragicomedies. They include Cymbeline and The Winter's Tale. And these final plays share some common characteristics of older men, large-scale themes such as power, the theme of redemption and forgiveness, pre-Christian figures like the goddesses at the Mask, magic, young lovers, family members being reunited, and a happy ending. So Shakespeare spent much of his life living and working in London, but he retired to Stratford to spend his remaining years with his wife and daughters, and this might explain his interest in family members being reunited. Approaching his 50s, his later plays hint at a preoccupation with forgiveness and the afterlife, and it's easy to speculate that the genre of The Tempest provides a tantalizing glimpse into the mind of Shakespeare as he was reaching the latter stages of his life. If you found this video useful, please do subscribe to the channel, but most importantly, I'm not going to have time to put up all of the videos before this year's exam, so head over to mrbruff.com or amazon.co.uk and pick up a copy of this absolutely brilliant study guide.